Haul videos have been promised, and this is the first one. I'm gonna do a few different ones, pretty much a few different themes, I think. So this first one is just gonna be a regular good old DVD and Blu-ray update, and then we'll do a few different ones later on. But yeah, we just got, this is just, you know, I think it's gonna be maybe 4 different haul videos. If you saw my last video, then you know what I'm talking about. I bought quite a few things lately, and yeah, I'm not gonna show everything in one big video, but that's not really what I planned from the beginning either, or you know, whatever. But this will be the first one, and it's just gonna be movies and some TV shows, and not a whole ton, but we got a few releases here, maybe 20-ish, maybe not that much, close to 20, maybe 15. So what to start with? I don't know. I mean, maybe we could just do the Blu-rays first and then the DVDs later. Well, that's not really gonna work, because alright, you know what, let's do it like this. Let's show you. Okay, I have 4 titles here, 3 on Blu-ray, 1 on DVD, that I got for my birthday a few weeks ago. So I'll start by showing these. First one is The Night Before, with Seth Rogen, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Anthony Mackie, who plays, I don't know how much I've seen him in before, but he plays Falcon in the Marvel movies, or a couple of them. But yeah, The Night Before, 3 friends, they go out on a last, you know, night out, you know, on Christmas Eve, as they've done for many years. But this is the last time that they will do that, so they try to make the most out of it. And I thought it was fun. I don't know how many movies there has been that's you know, takes place during Christmas Eve, or you know, they're essentially Christmas movies, but not really. I mean, it's not about this celebration of Christmas, but it still takes place during Christmas Eve, and you know, that's a big part of it. But it's not with family; it's with friends. I don't know exactly how many movies there's been like that. I mean, I'm sure there's been other ones, but most Christmas movies, of course, focus on celebrating Christmas. So it works, definitely works to watch this during the summer. It doesn't feel like you're watching a Christmas movie. It just happens to take place on Christmas Eve. But I thought it was a good kind of buddy cop movie, a buddy comedy, and Seth Rogen was funny in this. I'm not sure if I've just forgotten how funny he is, or if he never made me laugh as much as he did here before, but he made me laugh quite a few times watching this, so I enjoyed The Night Before. And also I got, which I've not seen yet, but I've heard mixed things, Crimson Peak, the Guillermo del Toro film, which of course some people thought were gonna be more horror than it was. People were expecting a horror movie, but they were disappointed because they felt that that's not what it was. I haven't seen it, so I don't know, but I feel like maybe people have categorized this as maybe some kind of gothic romance. I don't know. I'm gonna have to see. But I got this a few weeks ago. Still haven't seen it, but I will at some point. Also got this, which I haven't seen yet either. Mr. Robot Season 1. I heard some pretty good things about this whenever it was aired, and then I wanted to check it out, and this is the time. Blu-ray. What better time to watch a show than having the Blu-ray, right? But yeah, this is supposedly a very good drama, I guess. Not sure if it's a suspenseful drama or what, but anyway, we'll see. It looks pretty good. This one was okay. I don't think I'm gonna be watching the second season unless I would happen to find it for really cheap. It's not released yet, but this is the HBO dramedy Togetherness, and it's a Duplass brothers show. I don't know what their names are. Mark and Jay Duplass. I think the guy who's actually in the show right here is Mark, right? And then a few different cast members. Melanie Linsky, is that her name? Yeah, she plays his wife. And then Amanda Peet plays Melanie Linsky's sister. And Steve Sissis, excuse the pronunciation, he plays Mark Duplass's brother. And it's sort of about, yeah, togetherness. It's about friends, love, family, and the kind of fun stuff that happens and not so fun stuff in life. And it's really, I hate to use the word generic, but I feel like it was a fairly generic drama show with definitely some comedy in there, but not a whole lot of laugh out loud moments. there just didn't seem to, I don't know, it just didn't stand out among all these shows that I've seen. It was alright. I enjoyed the first half. I actually, right away when I started watching it, because I had been wanting to see it, but I wasn't sure if I was gonna end up liking it. So when I was gonna watch it, I was like, well, okay, we'll see about this. I wanna see it, but I'm just gonna have to pop it into the player and we'll see. But right away when it started, I really was enjoying it. I kind of felt the atmosphere of the show right away, which is always a good sign, but for some reason I lost that feeling halfway through. It's only 8 episodes, so I enjoyed about 4 episodes, and then after that I was a bit bored, to be honest. I didn't really care about the characters anymore, and that's too bad, but it was alright. Then we got a cool set here called The Fantastic Films of Ray Harryhausen, and I have 3 of these on DVD. No, actually, sorry, I have 2 of them. This contains the 3 Sinbad movies and also Jason and the Argonauts. The first Sinbad movie, I think, yeah, it's from 57, Jason and the Argonauts from 63, and then the 2 other Sinbad movies from 73 and 77. So, but I've seen all of these before, except for the last Sinbad movie. But I had the first and second Sinbad movies on DVD, but now I'm gonna sell those, of course. But never owned Jason and the Argonauts, but I have seen it before. But that was the one that I was perhaps the most excited to revisit. And I watched it the other day, and I gotta say I liked the movie. I mean, as a fan of stop motion and cinema, I mean, who will not be fascinated by Ray Harryhausen's animation? It's absolutely incredible. But maybe it's because the movie was more familiar to me than I was expecting it to be. As I watched it, everything came back to me. There was nothing that I was like, oh yeah, that happens. I mean, I sort of saw everything coming before it came. Filming videos and somebody's calling is such a frustrating thing. I'll be right back. Okay, it was just some asshole advertiser who might call back now. I don't know. I never respond to those. Well, they're not assholes, they're just doing their job. But, no, they're assholes. Anyway, where did I leave off? Fucking advertiser. Well, I mean, the movie was more familiar to me than I was expecting, because I had seen, I mean, it's been years since I saw it, but I guess it's memorable, of course, and maybe I had seen certain scenes more than once before, so I don't know. It's a great movie. It's just that the main thing that I like about the movie is the animation and the parts in between. The plot is good, definitely, but I don't know. But I don't know if it's because of a weak plot, or if it's simply because I knew the movie too well, because I was expecting to be enjoying it like all over again, but it was not really like that. It was more like, yeah, I know this movie, but it's really good. I don't know. There are basically four main stop motion sequences. You know, we have the Titan at first, and then we have those flying things. I don't know what they were called. I can't remember. And then we have the Hydra, and then the skeletons at the end. All of them are fantastic. I don't know. I feel like the Titan sequence is maybe my favorite, because the sense that they definitely managed to create the scale of that big bronze, was it? I don't know, but that big ass statue coming to life, and there's a certain sense of impending doom in that, you know, throughout that sequence, or especially in the beginning, just as he starts to move. You know, it's quite scary stuff. Actually, it's really well done. But yeah. Anyway, there's so much to talk about in this set. That's the only one that I've seen so far, though. I haven't been able to. Haven't gotten the chance to revisit the Sinbad movies yet, but looking forward to it. I don't think I will remember those quite as well, but anyway, this one also has some cool special features. Jason and the Argonauts has a couple audio commentaries. One is with Ray Harryhausen himself, and one is with Peter Jackson, actually. And the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad also has a couple of audio commentaries, including one, again, with Ray Harryhausen himself. So yeah, but this is a set from Australia. It's a cool set. I wasn't a huge fan of the cover. I saw this in somebody's videos a while back, and I thought, yeah, that's a you know, a cool set to have, but I don't think I will get that because I just don't like the look of it. But now I changed my mind. They're just black discs, but it looks pretty good now though when I have it in person. So I'm happy to have picked up this set. This one I guess I didn't really have to pick up because to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the movie. It's Ricky-O, the story of Ricky. This is a medium rare release, and I have this on DVD. I just thought that I would upgrade because I thought that I would like it more now. Maybe I do in a way. I think I can appreciate it more now. I mean, last time I was a little bit unsure whether I was ambivalent towards some things, and I didn't really know what to think of it. Now I know what to think of it, and maybe I like it a little bit more, but I did not end up liking it as much as I thought I would the second time. It's supposedly the goriest movie after Braindead. You know, I mean, I don't know how you measure gore in movies, but I mean, you can clearly tell when certain movies are gorier than most movies, obviously, and this is one of them. Which is the reason why I initially wanted to see this one. Actually, I'm just gonna quickly mention before that this is a medium rare release. Medium Rare is a company that haven't really heard anyone talk about. I don't know exactly what company, where they're based, or I don't really know who they are. But they released a bunch of well, a few Bruce Lee movies and a couple of Jackie Chan movies, and I don't really know exactly what people think about them, but this Blu-ray transfer looks good. The Blu-ray itself, I'm not a huge fan of the way the Blu-ray looks. I don't know about you. I just, yeah, I mean, it's a cool cover, has a clear case, which I guess us collectors tend to like, but there's something about this that I can't put my finger on it. I just I don't really like the way the Blu-ray looks. Maybe it's because I haven't heard anything about it and it doesn't feel official because I don't really know what the company is, but you know, some people did write some positive reviews about the transfer and stuff, so, but I don't know. It just is a fairly uninteresting release in a sense. It has a couple interviews which I've not watched and I probably won't, but anyway, I'm getting really long-winded about this stuff, but the reason why I don't like the movie too much is because, well, it has a few different reasons. You'd think that I would love the gore effects and the practical effects, and to some extent I like them, but they just feel too cartoony and too claymation-like for my liking. I'm not a huge fan of the way they look. I don't know, and it's such a disjointed movie. The acting is really very over the top and irritating, which is okay with these kinds of movies, but there's a limit. I don't know, I mean, there's not a single thing uttered in the dialogue which is well written. That might be harsh, but the dialogue just sucks. It really sucks. It's so obvious. Everything that is being said is just, it's like pointing out the obvious. I mean, the characters, they kind of need to point things out to make the viewer aware of yeah, okay, so this is what's going on, which they can do. I mean, they don't need to do that all the anyway. I need to move on, but I'm just not a big fan of that movie. It's a good movie for what it is, and most people would praise it more than I am. I can't really get into it. Not even the gore sequences, but to some extent I like it. Then we have a good one here called The Drop, with I think this was the last movie that Gandolfini starred in, or that he was in. Also Numera Past here from Sweden, and Tom Hardy. It's a good movie, definitely enjoyed this. Crime drama flick, definitely recommended. I like the ending to that movie. Yeah, I like the ending. I'm not gonna say more, but yeah. I picked up Django Unchained as well, which I've seen in the movie theater, and this is still in the plastic. Have not gotten around to rewatch this, but it's a long movie, but I will see it eventually. I still haven't seen Hateful Eight, but gotta say, I'm more excited to see this again than to see Hateful Eight, but I will see Hateful Eight too at some point. Then I picked up a few Marvel movies, because I thought that After seeing Civil War in the movie theater, I was inspired to to get the ones that I was missing, and so I got Ant-Man, which I watched again. Not quite as good second viewing, but still, I don't know. I mean, before I would say that it was one of my favorite Marvel movies. Now maybe it's somewhere in the middle, but maybe a little bit, maybe top. Top half, but it's not just not as good as the second time. Guardians of the Galaxy, have not seen this. I mean, I saw this in the movie theater, but these next three I have not opened yet. But I think I'll probably wait with watching these until later next year, maybe before. Which one is it that comes out next year? I guess it's Thor Ragnarok. Which is the other one? Completely forgot. But oh, it's it's the sequel to this. Okay, so that's why I might wait before I see this again. And I also picked up Age of Ultron. Probably will watch this again before Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and maybe this one as well. Winter Soldier, and maybe Civil War 2. I mean, they're quite good, all of them. Also picked up The Thing, which I might pick up again now because Scream Factory have announced that they will be releasing this, and I was gonna get the I don't know what they call it, but the deluxe edition. I probably would have gotten that if it wasn't for the fact that Scream Factory do not ship overseas or internationally because they don't have rights to their movies. I mean, most people ship overseas, I guess, or to other countries. I don't know exactly why they can't do that, but it doesn't matter. So that was the deluxe edition of their release was sold out pretty quickly. So it's, I don't really need that, I guess. I mean, there is a collector's edition that I can get from Amazon, which I might do actually, because it is a pretty nice release, and this movie is just, it's incredible. So I mean, again, there's been some talking about practical effects in this video, and I get back to that now as well, because obviously The Thing has some practical gore effects that you just, there's nothing like it. So yeah, I had this on DVD. I've seen it a couple of times, but I thought that it was about time to get the Blu-ray. But yeah, it wasn't really that expensive, so I might just double dip, maybe get the Scream Factory release too. Well, if I do, then I will get rid of that. So I don't know if that's really double dipping. Maybe it is. What is the definition of double dipping? Do you double dip if you get one and get rid of the other one, or is it only a double dip if you keep the last one? What do you think? I got Woody Allen's newest movie, to me anyway, Irrational Man. I know that Cafe Society has premiered at Cannes, and maybe, I don't know when the worldwide release will be, but it hasn't really been released yet, I'm pretty sure. But this is his last one before that. Did not get a Blu-ray release in Sweden, I don't think, I haven't seen one. And I was not gonna pay that much more money for the, I think maybe, I don't even know if the UK released a Blu-ray, but the US did, and I was not gonna pay that much more for a Blu-ray, so I just got the DVD because it was pretty cheap now in Sweden. This was a good one. I enjoyed this one more than Magic in the Moonlight. Magic in the Moonlight had some good, it looked good visually. There were some nice shots in that movie, which doesn't feel typical for a Woody Allen movie. This one had a better plot though. I enjoyed, again, this stars Emma Stone, who was also in Magic in the Moonlight, which is a mouthful, Magic in the Moonlight. This one stars her, but opposite Joaquin Phoenix, and I thought their chemistry was better than Emma Stone's and Colin Firth's in the previous one. So I enjoyed this one more, and Joaquin Phoenix is great in this. Yeah, not all that much happens. Just really a small circle of characters. And of course I had to change the battery pack. I mean, I'll tell you, I have 4 different batteries, and one of them came with this camera. That one, you know, lasts for a while, but the other ones, I mean, I can't even film a video of a certain length without having to switch batteries. And it's driving me crazy. I need a new camera, but cannot afford it. Anyway, I might have left off in the middle of a sentence there, but I like that movie. This one I found at speaking of Woody Allen, I found one of his recent ones called To Rome with Love at a secondhand store, like $1, a little bit more than $1. Which I remember not really liking before, but I rewatched it, and it has a very loose plot. I mean, it has a bunch of different stories, and they're not really interconnected, but they all take place in Rome, and they all have a certain sense of fantasy about them. I mean, it is a slightly supernatural movie, actually, because things happen which aren't really, well, they don't really make sense, or they aren't really explained, or they maybe shouldn't be possible. It's not like people are flying, but it bends the rules of reality a little bit. I wasn't a big fan of this when I saw it the first time. Rewatching it, I enjoyed it more. I like Roberto Benigni's story. I mean, I guess I got it before too, but I think I get it more now, the second time, what Woody Allen was trying to say with Roberto Benigni's particular storyline. Also, Woody Allen himself is in this movie, and maybe that's why I enjoyed it more now, because this is the last movie that he starred in himself, that he was in himself. Well, he's not. I don't know if he stars in it, but there's a bunch of different characters, and he is one of them. And he, yeah, I think this is the last movie that he did in which he is in. Okay, so maybe I missed seeing old Woody Allen on screen. Maybe that's why I enjoyed it more this time than what I did 4 years ago, I guess. I also thought I'd include this, anything else, a Woody Allen movie which he's also in, from 2003. And this is a pretty fun story with this one, I guess. I think it's kind of funny. I bought this pretty much when this came out, not knowing who the hell Woody Allen was, not caring who he was. But I bought this for Jason Biggs, and the reason why I did that is right underneath his name. It says American Pie. I loved the American Pie movies when I was in that age. I still do, I guess, but I haven't seen them in a long time. But and so I loved Jason Biggs, and I rented all these movies with Jason Biggs just because he was in them, and I enjoyed all of them because I wasn't a very harsh critic back then, as you don't tend to be at the age of 11 or 12. But so that is why I bought this one. Maybe not when I was 11, but 12, maybe 13. Yeah, it's not what I was expecting, because I was expecting something like the other Jason Biggs movies, which of course this is not a Jason Biggs movie. This is a Woody Allen movie. So I never finished it until now. All these years I never finished it. But now I put it on, and I probably should watch it again, because I put it on. Well, I mean, sometimes I take sleeping pills. Sometimes when I can't fall asleep on my own, but sometimes I just can't sleep. Sometimes I still don't fall asleep. So I tend to get up and do things. And now I think I maybe edited a video, and I had this on in the background, and so I didn't really take it all in. Partly because I had a sleeping pill in my system, but also because I was editing. Of course, I think I was editing. Maybe I didn't edit, but I was uploading auctions on. Okay, it doesn't matter. Point is, I should have waited because I would have enjoyed this more. Otherwise, and I can't even remember much from it. I was taking it in when I watched it, or when I listened to the dialogue. I was following along, but now I can't really remember anything. So I should probably watch it again. But I should wait. I mean, I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna do that immediately. But it just kind of, it's a shame that I decided to watch it at that time and that I didn't wait. But anyway, also picked up season 5 of Modern Family. So that means that I could watch this, because I had picked this up previously. So I've now seen season 5 and season 6. Did I say season 7? You know when you say things and then, you know, a certain word gets lost in the mix and you can't remember what the hell you said. I might have said season 7, or I didn't. But anyway, season 5 and 6. it's a good show. I really like it a lot. I am now waiting to get season 7, but it's quite expensive in Sweden now. Not even released yet, but it will be soon, and probably wait a little while before I get it. But it's one of a kind on TV now. I mean, there's not a whole lot of family sitcoms. I mean, it doesn't have a laugh track, but well, I mean, I guess there are a couple with laugh. It doesn't. Anyway, move on. It's good though. I love Modern Family. And then we have 3 seasons of a show that I just thought that I would upgrade. No, downgrade actually. These are these are older releases, but I have of Will and Grace. I have these big bulky sets of the rest. It's just that I don't have. Well, I have the Danish releases of season 2 and 3, and then I have another newer release of season 4. But the rest I have in these box sets, and I like the way these look. The way they, yeah, they just look retro, and I like that. And I like that they, well, I was hoping that these would have more extras on them, because the other ones that I have, I think the Danish ones, let's see. So I got these in Denmark, these two, and I don't think they have anything on them. And this one has, I mean, it has themed montages, which I don't really understand the point with those. It has all of these featurettes here. It has bonus features. I'm not sure if you can see, but they're not extras. I mean, it's just a bunch of clips from the show with certain themes that kind of, yeah, holds them together. I don't know. I don't see the point with those. So I was hoping that these older ones would have some more extras, which they, well, they have bloopers and themed montages, but at least they have the bloopers on them. But I you know what? Even though say I knew that they would only have bloopers on them, or even if I would have known that they would have, even if they have, God damn it, guys, I can't speak. Say they didn't have anything on them, and I knew that before, I still would have gotten these because I like the way that, you know, box sets look on the shelf when they're the same, and I don't like having a bunch of different releases of one show, or yeah, if you know what I mean. So I'll put these on the shelf and show you what it looks like. So yeah, these were so cheap too, so it didn't really matter much, and they are in okay conditions. I like that show, not a favorite, but it's just been bugging me. I wanted to have the same releases of that show, so I thought that I would finally do that. Upgrade, if you ask me. It is a downgrade though, because yeah, they were released earlier. But anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching, and more is to come. But that's it for now, so yeah, talk to you later.